Well, good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, whatever your current life situation is. Hello, YouTube. This is Jeffrey Kite back again with another episode of Kite's Curiosities. Coming at you from the man cave in my little recliner. This episode, let's see, I've shot on that side before. I don't think I've ever shot an episode with the Braves wall behind me. So I thought I'd show y'all a couple of things. First, we got Ralph Garr, Julio Franco, Ryan Klesko, Otis Nixon, Phil Necro, Bobby Cox, Craig Kimbrell, John Smoltz, Tom Glavine, Greg Maddux, and you can't see him, let's stare at this way, Mr. Steve Avery. Up there we got Chief Nakahoma. Excuse me, can't see because of the glare, but we got the Sports Illustrated World Series issues. This one, 95. That one, 2021. Did I show you Mr. Steve Avery? Yeah, we got Mr. Steve Avery there. Banner. Right there. Old pennant. Keith Lockhart's game-used bat. And on the shelf, just some little knickknacks here and there of Braves memorabilia. And it goes on a couple more feet down that way. Maybe I'll show it off again to you sometime. Right now, I want to come to you and show you my yard sales and thrift store and flea market pickups. So I'm going to show these to you. Starting off, oh, I see one across the room. I'm going to have to go get that in a minute. Starting off, we got this. This is the 1980 Coca-Cola tray in honor of the University of Georgia Bulldogs national championship team. I'm going to let y'all get a close-up on it, and then I'm going to tell you about it. That's the front. There's the back. I've been looking for this tray for a very, very long time. You can find them. They're pretty plentiful in these parts, but people usually want, you run into two problems. People usually want too much money for them, and they're not in that great a shape. They're rusted, they were used, they just, I don't know, just not in that good a shape. It's all scratched up, and I've just always held my money out. I mean, you're not going to find a 42-year-old tin in perfect mint condition. You're going to have some scratches on it. But, I mean, like Dooley's face will be just all scratched up. Irk Russell, he'll be all messed up. Scott Werner, he'll be all messed up. Rex Robinson, all, looking bad. But, so I've just always passed up on them. I'm like, one day I'll get me one. Or the back. The back will have a bunch of damage to it. So I came across this one, and I was like, I'm jumping on it. It was 40 to 50% less than what I've normally seen them for. And it was in great shape. So I said, I think this is going to be the one. So I bought it. Carried it home, got the dust off of it, cleaned it up, and I'm very happy with it. So, that's that. Oh, gotten some Coke bottles for my Coke bottle collection. Y'all know I love my Coke bottles. I'm gonna start off with this one. I see these all the time. These are pretty plentiful. This is the Alabama Crimson Tide, Bear Bryant. Historical milestones, winningest football coach in collegiate history, Coke bottle. And so there is depicted, bear on the front, Alabama Crimson Tide, logo at the top, the headline that I read to you there. And on the back, a list of his milestone victories. In the number 315. He would go on to win, I think it was 323 total games. So he broke the record against Auburn in 1981. And Ironically, that was his last victory over Auburn. He lost the game in 82, 23-22 in that classic game that Keith Jackson called for ABC television. And Bo Jackson, some freshman named Bo Jackson, ran wild on Alabama that game. And they wound up dropping that game. And that was the last season that he coached. And he died a couple days later, or a couple months later after that game. So, or after their bowl game. So, been looking for this Coke bottle. Again, usually people want them for a little too much money for them. And the caps will be rusted. Solid rust. It's not very good shape. But I saw this. This was a shade more than what I wanted to pay for them. I usually don't pay but about $5 or $6 for a bottle. But I think I paid $8 for this. It's not bad. That's not going to break the bank, especially with a good cap on it. So I went ahead, pulled the trigger on this thing, and I have not regretted it. That was a good purchase there. And conversely, I found the 1983 Auburn Coke bottle for their 1983 SEC championship team. Got Albie on the front. That's their mascot. They call him Albie. Holding the Coca-Cola bottle. Auburn Tigers. 1983 SEC champions. And what does it say? Oh, yeah, 1984 Sugar Bowl champions, where they beat Michigan in a close contest. It was 9-7. And again, Bo Jackson, what more can you say? Just dominated that game. Or at least put Auburn in position to win. And then on the back, it's got the Auburn AU symbol that is so famous on their helmets. And then their schedule there, as they went 11-1 that season. The one hiccup was this game right here, the second game of the season against Texas. They lost that one 20-7. Had they not lost that game, they'd have been national champions that year. No question. No question. Without a doubt, they'd have been national champions. And in fact, the New York Times crowned them their national champion. So at least one publication recognized that team. I don't think there was an undefeated team in 82 or 83. Everybody was 11-1, and it was just whoever you thought was better. And in my opinion, Auburn should have been, because they played probably the toughest schedule in all of college football that year. So, anyway. I picked this up. I've not collected a lot of high school sports stuff around the state of Georgia. It's just not something you see very often. But when you do, it just kind of, I don't know. I showed y'all a couple weeks ago when I was or a couple months ago, I was up in Pigeon Forge in the fall. Y'all can go back and look at that video. I think I showed y'all my Valdosta High School Wildcats 1984 Georgia High School State Championship Coke bottle, and conversely, it was the National High School Championship Coke bottle. I think I showed y'all that. If not, I'll show it to y'all some point. So I have that piece, and I came across this right here. This is a program of the West Rome Chieftains. What's interesting is West Rome is not in existence anymore. It is a high school that has been closed. West Rome joined with, I forgot, some other high school when they made some other school. I don't know. I can't remember. I forgot the history of that. But the West Rome Chieftains was the 1974 North Georgia AA champions. Now, back in the old days, up to about 1992, I think it was. That was my freshman year in high school. You your regions and stuff. So you had your region champions, and they would take anywhere between 2, 3, or 4 teams from each region, and they'd have a region playoff, and that'd be your region champion, first seed, second seed, third seed, fourth seed. And then those 2 teams would go and play in the state playoffs. And all the South Georgia teams would play each other. All the North Georgia teams would play each other. That made the playoffs. And you'd have a North Georgia champion, and you'd have a South Georgia champion. And then those 2 teams would meet for the state championship. So West Rome won the North Georgia AA state championship in 1974, but they lost in the championship game to Thomasville High School. And I believe that team in 1974 is the year that Thomasville won the national championship for their high school. And they were led by a running back named William Andrews, who will go on and star for Auburn University and the Atlanta Falcons in the NFL. So I think that is who beat them in the state championship game. But this is not a program from the 1974 North Georgia championship season. This is from the 1975 game. This is a program from the 1975 game. See that? Against Marietta High School. So, anyway, I thought this was pretty neat, and I mean, for $1, I just picked it up. Why not? Great piece of Georgia high school football history, and I'm gonna do some research and see if I can't find like maybe a pro player that was on that team, or kind of a well-known college player who went on to do some great things. I'm gonna do some research on it and see if I can't send that out, and maybe get it autographed by a player or 2. If not, I'll just keep it in my collection and let that be that. Let's see, what else? Oh, while we're on the subject of high school football, let me go grab this over here. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. This right here, this has been the find of the summer. Let me show y'all this. This right here is an official game-used helmet worn by a player from the Tift County Blue Devils in Tifton, Georgia for the 2015 season. I've done some research on this helmet. This was the same helmet they wore in 2014, and if you look real close, I don't know if you can see, you'll see some like sticker wear kind of right there and right there, kind of a looking thing. They had a pitchfork on the side of their helmet for 2014. And what they did was, you don't buy helmets every year for a high school team. That's just too much money. But about every 3, 4, 5 years, they wear out and you just got to get new helmets. So what they did, and I can see the outline of that pitchfork that they wore on this helmet back in 2014. They peeled it off and replaced it with what I grew up with. They always had this T on the side of their helmet. It was the T was blue, and it was in like a white oval looking thing with a blue T in it. But anyway, the font and the style of this T is what I grew up watching and playing against these guys in high school and stuff. But this right here, I mean, this is a nice helmet. I mean, it's got some good wear on the inside. Look how, I mean, this thing has been through some wars. I mean, this helmet, goodness gracious, this helmet was in a game against powerhouses like Lowndes County High School, who's a legendary high school football team, Valdosta High School. They're in the same region as Tift County. I mean, some tremendous high school football comes out of that region in South Georgia. Some great players come out of that region too. But this, if you look for a game used helmet, like a nice one, these are about $350, $400 helmets. I bought this at a thrift store. No joke. God is my witness. I bought this at a thrift store for 50 cents. I saw it and I picked it up and I was like, man, they ain't gonna sell me. This is gonna be pricey. I asked the lady, said, how much would you sell me this? She said, let's go 50 cents. I was like, sold. So, I mean, I'm very proud to have this piece of high school football history in my man cave, especially coming from the state of Georgia. Oh, goodness. Another piece of high school football history of the state of Georgia is this little ball right here. It's not much. It's just a little rubber ball. A lot of times it's kind of tradition in the state of Georgia. It might be a tradition where you are, where your team, when they score a touchdown, cheerleaders, they have garbage bags of these full. Now, throw them up in the crowd and woo, kind of throw, a dozen, half dozen footballs up in there and just kind of hype the crowd up. And they do that after, like I said, touchdowns, field goals, that kind of thing. So, this ball comes from the Wheeler Wildcats. And, no, not Wheeler, I'm sorry, Westminster. Westminster High School. It's a private school in the metro Atlanta, Georgia area. And I bought it. I think it is from the 2016 season. You can barely see it. I don't know if you can. I don't know if it's going to pick up or not. But it's 2016 season. And that's the schedule that Westminster would play. But I got it because it says right there. I don't know if you can see it or not. But 2015 state AAA champions. And so, I think that's what it says. 2015 AAA state champions right here. So, again, I got it. This was like 50 cents. This wasn't hardly nothing. But I got it, and it was like, maybe I can find an old Westminster player that would sign, that was, again, on that team. Just kind of put it in the man cave that, was a junior in 2015, was on that state championship team, played in 2016, and, might sign it and reminisce about it and that kind of thing. So, yeah, I picked that up. This was something I kind of found interesting. I gotta wash this. This is it's a kid's shirt, and I am not a kid, obviously, but it's an Alabama Crimson Tide National Championship t-shirt. As you saw the front, 2011 National Champions. And on the back, you see crimson, white, and crystal. Get it? Because of the crystal football and that kind of thing. So, I don't know. I saw this and I was like, it's a kid's shirt. Obviously, I can't wear it. But I've been, for some reason, running into a lot of children's size, like, national championship t-shirts and stuff like that. And I thought, that might be cool for, like, my college football Hall of Fame wall, something like that, I'm running out of space in this little bitty room, but whatever. One day I'll have a bigger room, I'm sure, as I progress in my career and things like that. So my wife wants to sell a house. But anyway, that's another video for another day. But I started kind of getting these shirts and just kind of tucking them away. And, one day I might have me like a little national championship shirt display on my college football Hall of Fame wall. Anyway, just a thought. If not, I didn't spend but like $1 on it. wash it. Some kid wants it. Hey, pass it on to them. Oh. Let's see here. Oh. Real quick, go to Falcons games sometimes, and everybody seems to have a flag. I don't have a flag, but found this. Rise up, Falcons. We ain't been doing too much rising up lately. More like throw up because way we've played. But, maybe they'll get to playing good, and I'll get to go to a game one day and wave this around and have fun. I picked that up. Let's see what else we got in here. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Oh, yeah. This was a Coke bottle that I was very happy to find. This right here is a Coke bottle from the 1982 Division III National Championship team, West Georgia Braves. This bottle is very, very rare. You can't hardly find these. Well, you can find them around these parts, but again, people wanting too much money for them. The tops are usually in bad shape. This one ain't in the greatest shape, but it wasn't bad. But this bottle commemorates, as you see, the national championship from the West Georgia Braves. West Georgia has since changed their name to the Wolves because of the stigma of the Native American names. But this bottle is very near and dear to my heart. I've always wanted to find one because the head coach for this West Georgia team, I can't think of his name right off the top of my head right now, but he was from my hometown, Fitzgerald, Georgia. And I just always thought that was neat and wanted this bottle in my Coke bottle collection. And I finally got it. Finally found somebody willing to sell it to me at a really good price. So I was very happy to get that. Oh. And finally, I know we're working on about 23 minutes here, but this is the last ones, I promise. I found these. These are used official Major League Baseballs. They've been hit and played with. Who knows? They might be foul balls. I don't know. But you can see they are official Major League Baseballs. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. But very, very dirty, too. So you might want to say, well, why did you buy these old, dirty old baseballs? I mean, certainly you ain't going to get them signed. Actually, I am. And I'll tell you why. Folks, if you run across an official Major League Baseball, even if it's all dirty and stuff, what you can do, and even if this part comes off when I clean it, the leather on it is so much better than those synthetic balls that you can buy for cheap. And plus, these balls are going for like $20 a piece now. I mean, it's outrageous. So if I can find a good used one, one that's been played around with by a kid in the yard, hey, I'll take it. I mean, I paid $1 for these balls. $1. And what you can do, it doesn't hurt the ball. Take you a Mr. Clean magic eraser and just go over it, clean it up. You can take also a Clorox wipe and kind of clean it up. Be careful around the logos and stuff, and you don't want to just intentionally take it off if you can help it and keep it on there. But they'll clean up. They'll be just as pristine, pearly white as you would walk out the store with them. They'll feel kind of rough because they've had that chemical on them. And but I have discovered, it doesn't affect the ink. They'll sign just as good on them. And they're, like I said, I'm going to use them. I don't know who I'm going to send them off to get them signed, but somebody's going to put some ink on them. Oh, one last thing. I forgot about this. I was about to wrap up the video. I ran across this piece, too. This was pretty neat. This is a movie poster from, I don't know, you can barely see it, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. And I got this just because, I mean, they are a really hot collector's item right now. And I mean, it's a nice poster. I mean, people have been flocking to get these things. And this came from the Burger King Kids Club. So, I picked it up. I mean, who knows how much this thing's worth? I don't know. I got it with the intention of flipping this thing. I'm going to get a little frame for it and put it in there and flatten it out and flip it. So, I mean, again, for $1, I mean, I haven't lost anything. So, we'll see how much that sucker goes for. But at any rate, that's it. So, I'm glad y'all could hang out with me a little bit tonight. Like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. Till next time, y'all take care now. Have a good one. Bye.